Bang bang. We are back with another podcast. Today's guest is Jet Deuce. Peace family, how you doing?
Oh, good, man. I appreciate you inviting me on your platform.
Man, I appreciate you taking the time out, man. I know you're busy and you got a lot going on. We gonna get it right into it.
So
Tell me where you from.
I am from Ellenwood, Georgia, by way of Bowie, Maryland.
So you grew up in Maryland. How long was you in Maryland?
Uh, not even that long. See, I won't get too much into it, but both my parents were military, so we bounced around a little bit.
Okay.
Like the first part of my life, so I probably spent a good portion up in Maryland and a good portion down in Georgia too.
Okay. How many years would you estimate you spent in Maryland?
Uh, Probably about that's about eight. That's about eight, something
Okay.
like
That ain't too bad. That ain't too bad. You had a little growth there. Little growth. So mostly Georgia though, I'm guessing.
that. Yeah, they heavily influenced. Yeah,
Okay.
in Georgia. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
All right, so let's get to it. When did the hip hop music start biting you? When did you get the bug and the itch for it?
Uh, I would say actually getting behind the mic. That was around 2006. So I actually been doing it for a while.
Okay.
Um, I started off kind of making beats and producing and stuff for a couple of my boys, and it just kind of manifested because we kind of in the same vicinity and we freestyling and stuff like that. So they say, hey, why don't you get behind the mic yourself? So it just kind of evolved from there. So, but I would tell you that I've taken it serious probably about the last 2 years, 2+ years.
Okay. Were you one of the type to just be in ciphers and freestyle, or were you in battles? Did you ever get into the battle scene or anything like that?
Uh, yeah, yeah. You just kicking it with your boys, and then you just start freestyling and stuff. Yeah, I would definitely get in there from time to time and try to see what I could do with everybody else. So did that for a lot over a course of time.
Okay.
Um, yeah. I did that a lot as I was in the military. So a lot of areas we would hang out and stuff. We would just freestyle and stuff.
Mm, okay. So tell me like, early on, who were the people that gave you that itch to do the music in the industry or on the underground or independent hip hop scene? What gave you that itch? Who was you listening to?
Um, so I'm a little bit older, so I would tell you my favorite group of all time is Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Okay. Okay.
So I just listen to them, just um, melodically, how they harmonize, the delivery, the way they put words together, the beats and stuff. Even at my age, at that time, still a youngin, me and my cousin down at Savannah, when I would go down and visit, me and him would freestyle a lot. And, we actually had made a song a long time ago. I think we was like 10 or something like that. But Bone was definitely heavily influenced. Nas is definitely one of my favorite rappers of all time. Um, just the way he was able to storytell to kind of make you paint this picture in your head and visualize everything that he was talking about, regardless of what the subject was. It was just something that I always gravitated to. And then Goody Mob for basically the same reasons too. Goody
Okay.
Mob and Outkast.
Okay. For sure, for sure. You gotta represent with the Goody Mob and Outkast. But that early on Bone Thugs era, man, like they had some really good music and that melodic rapid fire style was something that people
Yeah,
weren't aware of. So when it came onto the scene, it was
yeah.
refreshing to hear. You got brothers harmonizing on tracks while they're rapping.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like they kicking some they
Yeah,
kicking some crazy. some crazy lyrics, and you getting they harmonizing.
Exactly, man. Like I said, for me still being 8, 9, whatever, how old I was, just being highly impressionable. Like I'm just hearing this and just like rapid as far as the words are just coming out, and I'm just like, man, what is this
Yes,
at that
sir.
age? And trying to replicate them, like listening to the songs and stuff, and it just man. So, and it just like I said, it just kind of elevated from that
Yes,
to
sir.
some of the other artists that I listen to. But like I still listen to Bone here and there. But
Yeah. That early run, that's what did it, man. You know that
yeah,
East 1999.
mm,
I forgot what it was. The tape. I had a red tape from them, and then I forgot the early songs that was on there. Man, they had some a totally different vibe with music. And then as you're
mm,
listening to it, and there's no disrespect, but then I started hearing 3 6 Mafia with something similar
oh
to that.
yeah,
Three
yeah,
Six Mafia. I'm like, wait a minute, this is similar. But then I was like, wait. Let me separate the two because one of them, they over there rapping and it's sounding like on some MDK, you know what I mean, 187 stuff.
oh
But then
yeah,
Bone, they harmonizing like it's not the same thing. So I'm saying that to say when that beef kind of kicked off with them, I was like, yo, y'all not even doing the same type of thing. Like, y'all maybe
yeah,
there
yeah.
may be devil worship being mentioned in this music, but y'all not talking about the same thing. Y'all really not.
And I,
And
yeah,
y'all
and I
styles are totally different.
and I agree with you. Like even so, if I say Bone is my favorite group of all time, 3 6 is definitely, if they not number two, they probably number three. You know what I mean? So I'm
Mm-hmm.
right there with you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So and I agree because I was actually deployed when that verses came out. So like on paper,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, you see Bone versus 3 6, so you're like, oh man, this finna go. And then you listening to it. Part of it, and we don't have to go into that, but part of it, I think Bones, some of the songs that he picked wasn't ideal going against 3 6.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like that's kind of what their style was too.
Yeah.
So like their styles were different. Bone was kind of heavily West Coast influenced, and then 3 6 is more get buck
Yeah. Turn up
and
music.
bunches.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
their music it carries over into 2025, the type of music that people listen to now. So
Mm-hmm.
it's easy for them to keep going. And you got to kind of, for a lot of the youngest, you got to kind of be in that mood to
Mm-hmm.
listen to Bone.
Yeah.
As 3 6 is, I mean, you listen to Glorilla, basically listening to Gangsta Boo, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what I
It's the
mean?
same. Yeah. 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 But and it's the two of the styles. Like they don't. It's not the same thing. Like there are certain similarities to every rapper, but
Yeah.
they're not saying the message is somewhat similar. We are talking about MDK and 187s and stuff like that. We are talking about
Mm,
a certain type of worship culture, right? There's certain things that they are mentioning at that time, but
yeah.
they're doing it in different ways, you know.
Hmm.
Ouija, are you with me? More murder me now. Dear Mr. Ouija, would you please tell me my future? Will I die a bloody murder? Will I die a
Yeah.
bloody murder? Come again. You understand what I'm saying? Like we talking about
Yeah.
something totally different than what 3 6 Mafia had going on. And there's nothing, I'm not saying nothing about 3 6 Mafia because let me tell y'all, I'm from Chicago. Y'all already know that. And that was getting heavy rotation as well. That late 90s, early 2000s era up in Chicago, like they were getting play like that. But on that early bone, we was already on it. But the styles aren't the same. And I didn't understand any of the beefing or any of that stuff. But
Oh yeah.
even for the verses, you know, I when the verses came out, I was like, man, Bone sold a lot of records. You know, they sold a lot of records. But then
Yeah.
I thought about said, Hypnotized Minds has been a leveled out staple. You know, they've been up and down, they spike up and down, and then they've
Yeah.
been leveled because of the production of DJ Paul and Juicy J and the way they've been able to
Yeah.
keep that Memphis scene and be involved with the Texas, the UGKs and everybody else. So their music has
Mm,
always been there, the cash money and messing with everybody, man. Like I was down
yeah.
there for a little bit being a part of that scene. You understand what I'm saying? So I was able to see that, you know. And
Yeah,
if you for people that are from the South, Southern artists get played a lot on the radio.
definitely.
And a
Yeah.
lot of the music that you hear down there is the same as New York. They're playing at 6 months ahead of what everyone else hears in the Midwest or in different regions and everything like that. So that I always thought that, if they ever did something like that, and then when it finally happened, you see verses, and you go, yo, the music that they have under Hypnotized Month, like they have a whole catalog, dude. Like they never stop putting
Oh
out
man.
music. You got
Man.
Project Pat. You got like all of them, dude. Like it's a
Hmm.
lot of music, bro.
Oh yeah. And if I can, I won't touch on it too long. I mean, I'd like to give your city some flowers too, man.
Go
Because
ahead, do your
like I
thing.
said, I was heavily influenced with Atlanta, Memphis, and New Orleans, and stuff, but Chicago too, man. Like I mean, yes, I was listening to Crucial Conflict way back then. You know what I'm saying? Do or Die.
Mm.
Um, Common. One of my favorite albums is B.
Okay, okay. Talk. Let me hear
Who
that.
else?
Yeah, big that man up.
Twister, of course, too. I mean,
Of
everybody,
course,
Twister.
Twister. Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? The Brad, like, come on, man. Like, y'all
yeah,
got some monsters out there,
yeah.
too, in
We do
Chicago. You know what
Lupe.
I'm
We got some
saying? Lupe,
monsters here,
too,
man.
yeah, yes,
Like they be
sir.
sleep
So,
on the Midwest, and now the current scene is flourishing as well. I would like to see some more artists, get some shine and some more tick out there on the court and
absolutely.
be able to get their shot out there. But the music scene for that Cleveland, that Ohio, that Midwest region, and that South or
Hmm.
Mid South, like those they hard music. And then when you go back through Memphis catalog, we still talking about MJG and Eight
Yeah, we didn't even
Ball.
touch it. They ball in. Oh, my God.
You
Whew,
understand what
boy,
I'm saying?
biology. Goodness gracious.
Man, listen,
That's self-explanatory.
listen. When you speak on the South, as far as music goes, you really have to put respect on their name and give people their flowers, dude. Like you
Hmm.
really have to. Like when you say the South, you can't say the South without saying UGK,
Man,
Goody Mob,
this is,
Outkast. Like you gotta give them, you gotta put respect on these people's name and their accomplishments and their longevity for their careers, dog.
man.
That's
I'm
why I
so glad
understand now.
yeah.
That's what I understand now what Pimp C was saying. He said, all y'all East Coast artists, let's do this. Did you hear that when he said that on the song?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
He said, let's do this. Let's put all y'all music on
On
one
one
side of
side.
the store and everybody from the South on the other side of the store. And we'll see whose stuff ends up selling out the most, man.
Put
That
all the
was
country
that
rap
was
tunes on
crazy,
that side.
man. He said
Yeah.
this is country rap tunes, nigga. Like we don't
Yeah.
care about that dirty. We ain't calling it dirty South. This is country rap tunes, man. We
Yes,
ain't calling
sir.
it because
Yeah.
ain't nothing. Like he said, ain't nothing down there dirty. It ain't dirty down
Yes,
there.
sir.
It's
Man.
dirt roads, but it ain't dirty.
Whew, boy, long live the pimp, man. You
Man,
you already know,
long
man.
live
You
the
know how
pimp.
how much high regard we hold them. Like, you're absolutely right, man. Because there's so many people that I really could have touched on at the beginning
Yeah.
of this conversation, man. I just didn't want to, you know what I mean? But there's so many people that, like you said, Baller G, UGK, like, come
Mm-hmm.
on, man. Like, I still listen to them to this day. I still resonate with a lot of stuff that they talked about from years ago to this day. Like Pimp C, just my own person. Like I just always respected him because I just felt like he was just a man's man. Like everything that he said, like he stood out. He stood on everything that he said as far as principles, being a family man and
Mm-hmm.
everything, and just all of us coming together across the South in general. Man.
Yeah.
Everybody was having their little beefs and stuff. Like he
Yeah.
was like, man, squash all that. Let's get together. Let's get to
Yeah.
this money. And like he's a titan, bro. I just look at him as a titan. Him and Bun. Like I don't want to leave Bun out too, but he's just titan, bro.
Mm-hmm. And he wasn't wrong for saying that. He wasn't wrong for saying that, man. Let's get to this money, man. Let's not be worried about what this person said
Exactly.
over there and that person said over there. Let's get to this money and let's make this thing work for all of us because it's too much money in the room for all of us to not get paid, you know what I mean, and make a living for ourselves and for our families. We can feed our families with this music for everybody. It's enough money on the table for all of us to succeed, bro.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with that so much. And lastly, I say, one of the people, because in another conversation I had with somebody, they asked me who was one of the people that I looked up to one of my most influential people. So since we talking about those Titans, and they actually got the verses coming up soon, Master P, man, Master P is one person that I just absolutely just appreciate and respect, man. Just that whole no limit like
That
movement
movement, that
that
era
came
was
through.
crazy. That era was crazy.
He's he was his mindset and his strategy was the reason why people were independent artists and labels and stuff were able to start really making some money. And just over the just watching him just evolve over the years to being the man that he is right now, just man, he's just another one of those titans that every time I see a video and I see Master P on it, like I click it. I gotta hear what that man gotta
Mm,
say.
yeah,
I respect him
yeah.
a ton.
True hustler, man, and you gonna get something out of it when P's speaking. You know, he always been about succeeding in ownership of business, and the growth for his family and for the community. And
Right.
anytime he speak, I'm the same way. Like if I don't follow him no more, or maybe I do, maybe I don't, but I don't be paying attention because I just scroll. I just scroll aimlessly,
I got you.
sometimes, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
I be looking for people to actually link up with, so I can do my podcast. But um he is one of those dudes, man. When you listen to him, there's a lot of game to get from P.
Hmm.
A lot of game, and he's voluntarily giving you not the all of it, but he gives you enough of the face value of it, or that second level where you can go ahead in and you can listen to what he's saying and go, oh, I know what he's talking about doing that right there.
Hmm.
Oh, I know how to do that right there. And then once you get to those steps, you go, okay, cool. Let me dive in deeper into what he's saying and figure out the rest of it for myself. Because
Hmm.
that's what a hustler gonna do anyway, man. They gonna hit it, they gonna hear it, and it's gonna light their eyes up, it's gonna light their brain up, and
Hmm.
they're gonna go be about their business naturally. That's how I go.
Right. Exactly with that. And then the thing is, the another thing that I respect so much is like so he's had so many different business ventures that he has tried and put out to the people, and not all of them succeeded. So a lot of times, people in general, a lot of times they look at that and they laugh and they think it's funny. It's like, oh, the shoes and stuff, this and that. But the thing I just respect so much with Master P is just like the average person won't even attempt to try to to step out there and try to be on that entrepreneurial stuff and try to put, put a product out there and try to sell it, and you know what I mean. And when you listen to the most successful people out there, they'll tell you that they failed more times than they succeeded. But the thing is, they get back up, dust themselves off, and they just keep
Mhm.
going. So like I just see Master P do that all the time. Like, okay, this won't work. All right, well, I'm gonna try this. All right, this won't work. So you know what I mean? And I just see that so much, and I just like it's just a true hustler spirit that I see out of him.
Mhm.
And like I said, I just there's not too many that I say that I look up to, but like definitely Master P is definitely one of them, man. I just really respect him as an artist, as a CEO, as a man, as a hustler, all that stuff.
I think another one of the things I got from P, one of my homies, J Dub, um, E40, and a few other guys is this. You ain't trying if you're not failing.
Facts.
You understand? You're
Hmm.
not trying if you're not failing. Whatever the goal is, your personal goal of success, if you're not working on it, then you ain't doing nothing. But if you try, if you are working on it, then you're supposed to fail. You're supposed to stumble. You're supposed to have heartaches. You're
Hmm.
supposed to have pains about it. You're supposed to be embarrassed. You're supposed to be hurt by it. You know what I mean? You're supposed to feel something for it because you're working on it. You're doing it. And it takes a long, 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 long time to be successful at something. People think that E40 and all these guys, and they woke up one
Hmm.
day and they just had a bunch of money. It took years for them to get to that. It took years for them to get
Hmm.
that. That didn't just wake up. They didn't just wake up and roll out of bed and a bag of money was handed to them. And they said, all right, cool, I'm gonna be a millionaire for the rest of my life. Or I'm gonna have $100 million for the rest of my life. In P case, I'm,
Facts.
I'm gonna reach a $500 million and be done in 5 years. That ain't how it went. That man had to educate
Hmm.
himself. He had to fall on his face a few times. He had to get kicked in the ass and booted out of clubs and everything. He had to look like a fool for repping a tank. You
Yep.
understand what I'm saying? He had to get clowned
Hmm.
and everything like that to understand what that was. But the end goal was the success and representing his brand and his last name and doing things that he needed to do to make sure that him and his family was successful. And the
Absolutely.
people around him, like he said, if either you buy into it or you don't, but I gotta go and do this.
Right.
Right? So he
Absolutely.
was big on chasing. It wasn't just about chasing a dollar, it was about chasing success and legacy for his family, bro.
Hmm.
You know, a man like that doesn't hire Michael Jackson's lawyer on some foolery. He hired him because
Right.
he didn't want a regular deal. He hired him because he wanted a deal that said, I want 80% of everything that I get, and the 20% that you all get is just going to be in distribution. I don't need nobody to help me record in the studio. I got studios. I just need y'all to put my records out, man, and we're going to split the deal like that.
Hmm.
Here's y'all
Yes,
percentage.
sir.
Here's my percentage. And if y'all can't accept that, then fine. I'll find somebody else who will.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Yeah.
All that's the God, the honest truth, bro.
Yeah. So when we talk about success in the South and guys making it and doing it, the South is the biggest representatives of speaking out and being independent and representing for representing for itself, togetherness, unity, and success to me. Like, like they've really done a good job with that. And it's still going. It's still going.
Hmm.
Like the South is really representing right now. I can't knock them. You know,
Hmm. Yeah. Atlanta, we still doing our thing, but shout out to Memphis. Memphis is
that's
they
Memphis.
basically they took exactly everything that you just said as far as
Hmm.
just linking up together and just build this thing up together and just get our sound and our content out there. And now we see it all day from Goose Shiesty and like I said,
Yes, sir.
Glorilla and Moneybag and of course Gotti. I've been listening to Gotti since I was in high school.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? 3 6, all it's just left and right. It just seems like every other artist coming out now is from Memphis.
Yeah, that's the hotbed right now. Like
It's-
Memphis is like, yeah, wait, don't count us out, dog. Like, give us some
oh yeah,
shine. Let us represent for a little bit. Now, what I would say is that I wish the Midwest, that there was a little bit more representation in the game for us. I mean, I know there's artists all around, doing their stuff independently and everything, but I would like to see more representation mainstream without going too far and selling out and everything and getting stuck up for their catalog and everything. But especially in Chicago, excuse me, especially in Chicago, I would like to see more artists uh busting out um and getting their bread and getting seen and getting heard. All
I
right, so take
definitely
me
agree
through
with
it.
that.
Take me through it. Military man, how did that happen?
Uh, the simplest form, bro. I wasn't doing shit, man.
Hmm.
So, the original plan was I was going to go to Savannah State. I don't even remember what my major was going to be. That's just something that I was telling my people. Yeah, I'm going to Savannah State. I'm going to Savannah State. Halfway through my 12th grade year, I finally just fessed up and I told my mom, my step pop, I was like, man, I'm not for the school. That's that's not what I want to do.
Okay.
So then we came into an agreement because my stepfather, he was a military man also. Yeah, 40 years in the guard, I believe. But so we just came up with an agreement. So they gave me a deadline as far as finding a full time job. If not, then I was going to look into the military. Um, so basically that's how I summed up. Um, and I ended up joining in 2003, like June 2003. Um, the plan was going to be that I was going to join. I was going to learn a trade, do my contract, and then get out. The reason why I ended up staying was because I was maybe a couple months out from my contract being up, and like I said, just keeping in the vein. You know, first time being away from my family and the whole nine. So I did a lot of partying. I did a lot of. I
Hmm.
didn't really do the things that would have benefited me. So a couple months, my contract about to be up. I'm looking at my account. I didn't do any schooling. I wasn't that proficient with my uh my my trade. So that was probably the most mature decision I had made at that time. I was 21 or something like that, 22. So I went ahead and re-enlisted. I didn't envision I was going to do 20 years,
Mm,
but I say I'm blessed to have done 20 years because man, I had so many ups and downs on the course of doing 20 years to where, you know, through my not making the best decisions, I was about to make the decision for me as far as whether I was going to be in the military or not, as far as getting kicked out. But fortunately, I wasn't. That didn't happen, and like I said, I ended up retiring. I retired in 2023, um, around the same time, like June 2023.
okay. 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 So when you came out, did you know that you wanted to jump into the music right away, or was there like a build up for that?
It was a building for that.
Okay. Okay.
I would just say so. Personality wise, I'm a bit of over analyzing, kind of an introverted person.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always been really good with writing. That was something that my Deuce always wanted me to do was write.
Okay.
So um, so that's why I said that I started rapping per se in 2006, but like I was kind of always kind of playing around with writing and music and stuff even earlier than that. But so excuse me, I was doing music from '06 probably up to '09 or so. Then I transitioned to another bass. Equipment wasn't working. Wasn't around the same people who were making music and stuff. So like I just kind of went with a long like hiatus of not really making music. But what started me to get back into music was just because just over the course, I would say about 5, 10 years, the last 5, 10 years, I just was just dealing with a lot of stuff. And then um, you know how often what happens with us as men, we tend to just kind of shoulder shit. We don't really talk to nobody. We don't really. We might talk to your boys and stuff, but like we pretty much our mindset is just like I'm gonna just figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem with that was I was physically starting to get affected by it to where like I had to actually start going to see therapists and stuff. This was like my last few years. I was in the military, so my therapist kind of suggested because I mentioned to her that I did do music. She suggested that maybe you should start looking at doing that again because that can be an outlet for you.
Okay.
So was kind of doing it here and there, but the last thing to kind of sum up the story was so I had a homie that I had met on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
We were in the same Facebook group, Georgia Bulldogs, but in Eddie Carswell. So I had never really messed with TikTok ever before because I'm thinking
Okay.
that's for the young folk. So one day he posted a video of him. There was a song playing a producer, and it was split, and he did a verse, and he snapping. So I left a comment. I'm just like, hey, bro, like you making me want to pick the pen and pen up. And he inboxed me. He was like, bro, do that shit. And I'm like, whatever, whatever. But like he was so adamant, like, bro, just do it. He actually like gave me the little tips, like go to make your an account on TikTok. This is how you do it. It's real easy. So I made my first video, and just to kind of see how people would gravitate to it, and a lot of people I was getting good reception. So I'm like, man, that felt good, and it just kind of evolved until I ultimately I started getting some beats, and then I started recording this stuff. So I give a lot of credit to, like I said, my buddy Eddie Carswell. I mentioned him because unfortunately he passed away last year, but he was kind of the one that kind of gave me that final nudge to start making music again. And I love doing it, man. It's something that I definitely need to kind of get just everyday stresses and stuff, just get it out. So
Got you. Got you. All right. So you start building momentum on TikTok and everything. It was unsuspected because I know a lot of people say that, it's like you just post them and then one day you just catch fire on TikTok. Uh,
yeah,
and people should say that since then I just been putting out content over and over and over again. I hear people talk about it all the time. So from there,
hmm
was that like a motivational factor for you then for you to keep going, or were you like, well, I'm just gonna keep going anyway because I'm starting to get my feelings out. I'm not my feelings. I'm starting to get what I feel, my feelings. Well, yeah, I guess you can say my feelings. Like I'm starting to get everything together, and I can pin and pad it.
yeah, it's a combination of both, bro. Like
Okay.
so, like the first, like I said, that first TikTok, I named it mental therapy, and mental therapy, mental release. That doesn't matter. So I said just the feeling of that, a lot of people was resonating with that. So, yeah, man, I feel exactly where you're coming from, yada yada yada. And like I said, I already was making music early on, years earlier, but more so that was just kind of underground, making CDs, it's people hearing this stuff. But the the response that I got from people, I was just like, man, like people really like this. I love doing it, and it's giving me a chance to put on paper just stuff that I'm feeling,
Hmm.
so I don't have to harbor that. Because, like I said, as we continue to get older, I'm like, man, like the stuff that I'm doing right now, it's not going to help me health wise. So
Mm.
I gotta find some type of outlet. So that's when I had released my first single. Actually released it on our platforms. It's called Dedicated.
Okay.
And so that song was just it was a kind of like an uplifting song. Just everybody just grinding, hustling, and doing whatever they can to try to achieve their goals, whether
Hmm.
it's school,
Hmm.
whatever. And that's crazy enough. That's actually my 5-year-old son. That's one of his favorite songs. He
Okay.
loved that song.
That's dope. That's dope. Glad to hear
But
it.
man, like I said, I was just doing that, and then I got to shout out another person, my brother A3. He's really popular right now. He's phenomenal.
Okay.
So like that was somebody who I was making music with years ago. We still kept in contact as we parted ways and went to different bases. But as I started kind of releasing songs here and there, he was releasing music himself. So we kind of reconnected based off of that, and he was another person that was like, bro, like you need to really look into this, especially now with you being retired, like you have a little bit more time
Mm.
to sit down and write, get your thoughts together, get your songs together, and kind of start putting it out. People are rocking with you. So me and him actually done a couple of songs together, and excuse me, and actually just we just released a project together. Me, him, and several other artists. Well, while I'm on here, I might as well mention. I'm gonna mention them
Go
anyway.
ahead. Go ahead. Call them out. Say.
Me, A3, Simply Ant, uh, Pool with two twos, LA Vern, and Shadow Two Real, and our executive producer is Luke City. So we came together with a group called the Union. We actually just released an EP August 26th called Welcome to Narnia 2. That joint I got 3 songs on it. Just for now, because we just want to, kind of gauge on how the people would react to it. Got a lot of good feedback to that. So we're actually releasing the full project on November 4th. So I'm super excited to hear how people feel about that. So those brothers, man, like we all kind of was able to connect together,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
being at different parts of the United States. Like mind you, like we put this project together. Like we're like I'm in South Carolina, A3's in North Carolina.
Mm.
Pooh is in Arizona. Like we all
Okay.
around
All
the
over.
different,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
able to come together and put this project together. So now we don't build that connection, so like we can continue to put out the music.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we actually last day we actually I just released a single on September 30th. It's my single, but it's really, I mean, it's really the youngest single. So it's called All In. It's got me, it's got Pooh on there, it's got A3, and then it's got LA Bird on there. And man, I love that song so much, man, because it's just like it has that anthem feel to it, man. Just that motivating kind of music. So that's kind of like the type of music that we tend to like making. It's motivating, inspiring,
Mm-hmm.
bringing back substance to the rap game.
Yeah, that's what we need. We need more of that. We need some substance in the music. I don't mind people
Absolutely.
just rapping. I don't mind people just having bars and being lyrical, but we need some substance. We need something that's gonna stick to people's bones. When music is being done and put together, we need something where people can hear it and go, "Oh, okay." They're not just rappity rapping, or they're not just shooting up the neighborhood
Right.
and selling rocks and causing genocide. Like they got something to say over there. And that was the foundation of the music when it started, was to be that way. And that's
Hmm.
something I would like to continue. I would like to hear more music like that from guys like yourself, me and my group, or whoever it may be, JID, Courtney, whoever it's going to be, Isaiah Rashad, whoever it is that's going to have music with substance in it. I want to hear that. I think it's good for us. You know what I mean? It's a blessing to have music like that because people there should be all types of music to me. There should be party music.
Hmm.
If you like to bang, go listen to the music that bang.
Right.
If you like to speak about being introspective or retrospective or speak about the community, do that. Like it should be different types of lanes for everybody to do. It shouldn't just be no one lane. I think that's what makes everything
Right.
boring. Like there should be a lane for everything. And we can all grasp from those different lanes and create our own art or be inspired by the different artists that are in those lanes. And I like the fact that you guys are doing that and you made it valuable to yourselves even while you're in different states and inspired me at the same time while I'm in a different state than my other two guys are or different cities and
Mm.
everything to still do the music. It just takes the time to sit down and go over it and work through it.
Right. Right. And I think that's probably why a lot of people, especially probably around my age, I don't know how old you are, it's a little bit older, that's we kind of still resonate to the 90s and early 2000s and stuff because as you mentioned it was such a variety of different kind of music, like the East Coast sounded like the East Coast, West Coast sounded like the West Coast, Midwest,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? And then it was so much different kind of excuse me, different kind of styles of music that was out. So like you said, like, you know, I can listen to Scarface and get introspective. I can listen to E40 or whoever whatnot. If I wanted to, if we're at a party or whatever, if I want to listen to some ratchet stuff, okay, well, it's on Lil Jon, it's on the Yin Yang Twist, stuff like that. It just seemed like as of today, like you said, I mean, there's no real hate, but it just seemed like today, like everybody sounds the same. Like you don't even know where anybody is from because they all sound the same.
Yeah.
It's the same style of music, the same beat, same
Hmm.
bass line. This is the
Hmm.
same rap style. So like you said, after a while, it just gets draining, and it's like I don't hear this. You know what I mean? So I think we need to get to that. And there are a lot of artists, such as us and yourself and your team. There's a lot of artists that that I think they do they still try to uplift that. They just don't get pushed like that. Like I said, one of my
Of
favorite
course.
female MCs is Rap City. Rap City, like that, well, she's phenomenal,
She is.
phenomenal.
She is. She's a
Gives
great
me
artist.
like Misty kind of vibe, like
Hmm.
phenomenal.
Hmm.
But like, and no shade to them, but like, and every time you hear people like, oh, who's the best female artist? Is always the typical ones that you
Yeah.
hear, and you're like, man. But like, you got this phenomenal artist that can give you everything. That can sing, that
Yeah.
can rap, that can
Yeah.
hold her own with
Yeah.
with the male MCs. Not trying to put them below us, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
it's so many out there. The Kendricks of the world, Big Crit, all these guys just so
I just
talented.
did I just did an interview. Well, I didn't just do it. Like a couple episodes ago, speaking on Big Crit, man. And he's still one of those artists that have been dope. And he been dope since he came out. He been
Man.
representing the cricket letter for a long time. He been holding it down. And he's
Hmm.
he's one of those underrated guys, but he is one of those guys. Like you can't count him out.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, and then Big Crit's one of those artists that that's special in that way where they can give you all of that. Like
Hmm.
he can give you like the oh shook it down. Shook it down. He can do that. Then he can come back and do a song with Raphael Sadiq, Soul Food.
Hmm.
Or you know what I mean? Or he could do the I forgot the name of the song he did with Wayne and I forgot the girl's name, but more the kind of like commercial kind of songs, whatever. But like he's so talented. So like it sometimes it just kind of blows my mind while I'm like, how y'all got this person, this level of
Yeah.
talent right here.
I love it though, man. When Crit doing that, I love it because it's
Right.
like I don't do just one style of rap. You know what I mean? I do it all.
Mm-hmm.
I do it all. I pop my shit. I get on some player
Mm-hmm.
shit, you know what I'm saying? I be around the gangsters too, and then I turn around and do some love songs for y'all real quick. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? And then I get to the point where I do become introspective and retrospective in my music because it's needed. You know, I gotta think about how I made it this far. I gotta think about the things that I did, that eat at me sometimes. You know what I mean? I gotta think about the woman that I may have wanted to have that baby with and didn't. And I told her don't have it because I was trying to go on the road and I was trying to travel and I was trying to do my music. And then I look back, she was probably the best fit for me because now I'm around all these different women
Mm-hmm.
and they ain't worth the goddamn. So it's just all that different stuff that he puts in his music, man, and it comes out so
Mm-hmm.
cold and you listening to it, man, you love it for what it is, man. But Crit is one of those guys, man. We have to always lift that man up because he
Yes, sir.
is one of them dudes, man. He always reminds me of UGK and Outkast put together, you know?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Heavy. And he always pay homage to them too, always.
And he should.
And
And he should.
we all should, man. I try to the best that I can, man, every time. Even when I'm on IG, if I run across a poster that make anything like that, I don't care if they don't see it or not, man. I still just hey, I just want to tell you that I appreciate everything that you've done for me,
Mm-hmm.
X, Y, Z, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I tell this one story real quick that um like I said, I was stationed close by Colorado. This is years ago where they had the NBA All-Star game out
Okay.
there in Denver.
Okay.
And so we was at the mall. I think I forgot the name of the mall out there, but we was in the mall, me and my partner, and out of nowhere we run across Cujo and Timo Goody from Goody Mob.
Okay. Okay.
And bro, when I tell you, like, just had a straight up just 10-minute conversation, just talk about whatever, man. And them dudes so cool, so
Mm.
humble, so like they talk to us like we was peers, bro.
Mm.
So like anytime I run across anything about Goody Mob, I think I wrote it maybe twice as far as I can remember. Anytime I can, I kind of surely like summarize that story and I tag Cujo and I just try to just pay him as much homage as I can. It's like, man, like I got so much love for y'all, man. Just being just so down to earth. Like you said, like how you referenced the Big Crit, like
Hmm.
the I mean the reality is like a lot of these rappers, like the majority of the world, like we don't know anything about trapping and doing all this other wild ish that y'all describing. But
Hmm.
like what Crit is talking about, maybe uh like sitting on the porch with your grandma, or you know, trying to get the money together to pay the rent. This stuff like us blue collars and maybe lower, unfortunately, that we got to go through. To me, that
Sure.
resonates me more. That's that reality rap that I'm like, that's what I love to listen to. I don't like maybe when I was younger, in my 20s and teens, a bit more in influence. I listen to this shit, like, okay, yeah, that's
Mhm.
jumping, whatever. But now it's like I ain't trying to like I want to hear the real.
Yeah, I want to hear that
Like
life music. I want to hear life music. I don't. I love music that got pain in it and it got life in it.
mm-hmm,
Everything that be talking about, going to the club or a girl, that ain't real every day. You know what I mean?
right.
It's the music that's getting you through that day. You know what I mean? Like what's getting you through the day. Now, if that gets you through your
Mm-hmm.
day, you know what I mean? Like go ahead. I love hustle music.
Yeah, yeah,
You
facts,
can't beat no hustle music. Hustle music will get you through it and get you to it.
facts.
But I like the partying and everything. I'm like, that's all right. A song here and there, that works. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But everything has its place, bro. All types of music has its place, and it just depends on your taste, how you put the music together, and where
Right.
your mind state, your mental frame is when you're going through it. You know what I mean?
Right. You gonna be like, damn, like, dude, you party from Sunday to Sunday, like
Yeah,
every day. That's
yeah.
all you
Every day
do.
a
You
party.
know what I mean?
Everyday party. Like
Like you
you
don't
must be
go through nothing.
you must be really getting money out here, you know what I mean? To have these songs out partying all the time. You know what I mean? And you ain't experienced nothing. You mean tell me every day is like is your birthday? You know what I mean? Like every day? Okay, so
Right.
nothing bothers you, huh? Okay, cool. All right. I'll swing
That's
back
why.
around.
And that's why just to show love to one of the newer guys. I think that's why a lot of people are gravitating to Big X, Big X the Plug, because I think he to me. I think he kind of embodies like he's like a newer old school kind of rapper to me in a
Okay.
sense like he still raps more modern like
Mm-hmm.
as far as the style goes, but like his content and stuff that he
Mm-hmm.
rap about, I just think a lot of people kind of gravitate to him, and then like we kind of see his personality, and like he really acts like one of us in a sense,
Mm-hmm.
like what I mean, just a laid back cat you can walk up and just have a real conversation with.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a fan of him too. You know what I mean? Just seem like a good humble young cat, man. So I like stuff like that,
For sure. For
and
sure.
that's what I try to do. Like I said, that's what I kind of do with my music.
Mm-hmm.
Like we mentioned before, I just like to make music to where people might inbox me and be like, "Hey man, like I had one of my former supervisors inbox me. I didn't even know he was gonna listen to my album, White Cat.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying white people don't listen to music, but he inboxed me like a few months after my album had dropped last year, and he was telling me one of the songs that I didn't even really think about per se. He was like, "Man, yeah, this song, No Validation Needed, that you got. Hey man, that song that hits home, boy. I rock with that so much.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the type of stuff that I like right there. You know what I mean? Not like you said, not everything's gonna be, oh, we crunk in the club, we lit, we this, that. Like stuff that people can be like, hey man, like I can sit back on the couch with a drink and like I can just zone out.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel exactly what you're talking about. Man.
Okay.
We need to get
Definitely.
back to that.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So talk to me. I got a question for you. I got a question for you.
Yes,
Top
sir.
5 producers you would like to work with, dead or alive, no matter where, who.
Mhm. That's a good question,
Oh
man.
yeah, I got a couple questions for you, man. You gonna get these questions. You're gonna get these questions
Uh,
before we get off here, my guy, my brother.
so I got all right. So in no particular order. So
No order at
um
all. Just fire them out. Bang, 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 bang.
uh DJ Toomp,
Oh, okay. Heavy.
DJ Toop. Of course, Manny Fresh. Come on, Manny Fresh,
Oh, okay, okay. That's two. Two in the bag.
man. Just Blaze.
Oh, that's three. Hard, hard.
It'll come back. One of my surprise song. What DJ Quick. DJ Quick.
One of the best ever.
DJ,
Come on, come on. Talk
DJ
about it.
Quick is man,
Ooh, solid.
monster, man.
Hard, hard,
Uh,
hard.
who's number five? Who's number five?
You let me know.
Let's see. Um, I'm gonna go with because that name keeps popping in my head right now. I'm gonna see Jazzy Faye.
Okay, okay. That's a solid. That's a solid five, bro. Brethren, that's a solid five. That's a solid five.
Uh, we take that one back. We take that one back up because of who we were talking about. DJ Paul Juicy J. I
Mm.
can't forget that, man.
Okay,
Paul and Juicy, man.
okay, okay. You can move Jazzy Faye out, and then you can put them in. All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
You got a heavy hitting list. You got a hitting list. Have you ever had a chance to be in the studio with any of those guys recording or been around them?
Uh, unfortunately, no,
No.
no,
Okay.
not at all. Met met people here and there, but like never,
Okay.
never been able to be in the studio with them yet. I mean, hopefully in the future, we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, you spoke on DJ Quick, and to me, he's one of the best producers of all time. And he doesn't get the credit for it. And he really should because of all of the work he done, the engineering sessions that he did for Death Row, Doggy Style, Chronic, and all that. That's key. That's Quick's work. You know,
Hmm.
it's not to say anything bad, but Quick was engineering um good portions of those albums. Not to say he's better than Dre. Not to say that he Dre wasn't making his own beats, but this brother was in the studio with them when they was cooking up and doing that stuff. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So we had to put
Absolutely.
respect on that brother's name, and we can't just leave him out there and act like he's not a part of hip hop history because he did a hell of a job on production for himself and others. You know?
Right. And I think slowly but surely, he's starting to get those. He's starting to get those flowers. Like you said, people are starting to read the comments or read the credits, and they're like, "Wait a minute, that wasn't Drake. That was DJ Quick.
Yeah,
Hmm. Okay, he did that song. Hmm." So I think that people are slowly but surely starting to look at DJ Quick like, "Hey man, this might be one of the best of all time," which he is.
absolutely, 100%, 100%. People should know it that DJ Quick is one of the dopest ever.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so the next question I'm gonna hit you off with, my G.
All right.
Top five rappers or artists you would like to work with, dead or alive.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. Like once again, no particular order.
No.
Big Crit,
Mm.
Jadakiss.
Mm. Ooh, tough.
Um, we'll go with Tip Ti.
Okay, all right, that's Trey.
Scarface.
Tough, tough.
And who's number five? Number five. Nas. I'm gonna go with
Nas.
Nas.
That's a
Yes,
hard.
sir.
That's a hard list that you got there. That's dope.
Mm.
That's dope. That's dope. What did you think of Nas's projects that he did with that run he went on with Hit Boy, man? Because that was one of the craziest runs I ever seen.
I thought they were dope. I didn't listen to all of them, admittedly so, but
Okay.
I did. I got one of them. King's Disease.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Man, I was I was I was proud of him mainly because I feel like he was getting unwarranted criticism by some because they will always say that Nas didn't have like the best of beats or whatever, whatever. I'm like, well, for one, I mean, if you look at today's music right now, most songs, the beat carries the whole song anyway. So you really as long as you don't say nothing completely stupid,
Mm-hmm.
9 times out of 10, it's probably going to be a hit, depending on how how hard the beat is.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, like you listen to what Nas has to say, like he's preaching, he's teaching, he's hitting you with some game. So like I feel like with the King Disease albums, it was kind of more so like a, all right, y'all really think I can't do this? All right, I'm gonna go get hit, boy. I'm gonna go, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get
I'm
all
about to
these
go on the
hits.
run real quick and do this,
Yeah.
man, just so y'all know. And like he said in one of those interviews, man, y'all pay attention to the beat. I pay attention to what people saying. You know, the beats are dope. I love beats. Y'all, everybody love beats. That's
Mm-hmm.
what y'all want to hear. But I ain't doing it for the beat. I'm doing it because I got something to say. He said it's fine though because I can do what y'all can do on songs, but y'all can't do what I can do on songs. You know. He said so when y'all get
Right.
that through y'all head, maybe it'll start sounding clear for you all.
Exactly. Exactly. No, perfectly said right there.
Yeah.
Because like if you
Yeah.
want me to dumb down and just make a club bopping, Uchi Wally again,
Yeah.
okay, I could do that.
Yeah.
But like, nah, let me look at all y'all and y'all make a one mic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Make one of these songs like that.
Do reverse.
Do a reverse
Rewind. My fault. Rewind. Do rewind.
second childhood, a
Ooh, second
project
childhood was
windows.
crazy. Second
Come
childhood
on,
was crazy, bro.
my God, if I rule the world, you know what I mean? Just so many songs he got, man. Just all right, you sit down, you make one of those.
Yeah.
I can go ahead and make this. We in the club popping bottles. Like,
I can do the
okay, I
I
can.
can pop bottles in the club. Like that's what y'all want. Like that's easy. Bye bye,
Yeah.
baby. And I'm gonna do bye baby and a song about me and my girl breaking up. And y'all gonna like that as a hit.
hmm I just, I just really appreciate because he come from a different era too, man. Like you said, like he looked up the guys like Cool G Rap and Ron Kim and stuff like that. Like you said, where what you said matters.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, you want to have a decent beat and all that, but like what you said actually matters. And real MCs actually sit there and break down what you are saying.
Mm-hmm.
Today's day and age, a lot of times, I won't say all, but a lot of times they don't care what you're talking about. Like I said, they just
Mm-hmm.
want to hear a song where they can bob their shoulders to and
Yeah,
the girls can twerk to, whatever.
that's
They
it.
don't even care what you say.
Mm-mm. We don't.
So,
They don't, and and that's like I said, different lanes. Everybody you can create a lane. You can do your emo rap, you can do all that, but when it comes down to it, at some point you're gonna want to grow up and you're gonna want to
right.
mature, and there's gonna be some music that you're gonna want to run across that's gonna help. It's gonna help you. It's gonna heal you. It's gonna get you through some times, and you're gonna
hmm
need that. You're gonna need that. So get ready. Get ready. All that
Yes, sir.
partying ain't about nothing.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Like I said, when I was younger, I was heavy,
Mm-hmm.
heavy on Gucci, heavy on
Mm.
Gucci. Not Goo Wop. I'm talking about, I'm talking about So Icy.
Yeah, that
You know what I
early,
mean?
that early, early.
Way,
Yeah.
yeah. I was
Back
heavy
when
on
back
Gucci.
when
Like,
Jeezy was sounding like Trick Daddy.
man, I'm saying, Lil J,
Yeah,
Lil
Lil J.
J,
There it is. There it is.
man.
Yeah.
I was on them heavy, man. But like I said, I still rock with him. I rock with him more because of his growth.
Mm-hmm.
But like me now, it's kind of hard for me now to listen to Gucci. Just like because like you said, like I've evolved,
Yeah.
and then like there's different there's different times and places. Like if I'm in the club and maybe if Gucci comes on, whatever, yeah, I'll bob my head, I'll dance a
Yeah.
little bit, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, when I'm in that mode, like I want to hear J. Cole. I want to, you know what I'm saying? Somebody
Yes.
actually talking about something.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I love, and I ain't know sometimes I love hearing songs where men make them specifically for the woman to glorify her beauty, to glorify her beauty, not to
Mhm.
objectify her, but to
Right.
glorify her. Not to just say she ain't nothing, not to just say she just got a fat ass and big ass breasts, but to glorify who she is and what she is and what she stands for. If they are
hmm
when I hear those songs, it always reminds me of how beautiful a woman can truly be, or how beautiful she
Right.
really is, or certain songs may remind me of my mother and the sacrifices
hmm
a mother may make for her child. So I love that. I love hearing those. I love hearing those songs as well, man. But
Yeah,
when you wanna shake and twerk and do all that, go ahead and do your thing, man. But there's a reality to it as well, you know. Them ain't the girls
right.
that y'all be wanting when y'all the majority of the time when y'all settle down. You know,
Absolutely.
that
Just
ain't
like
who
it's like
y'all
you said.
that ain't who y'all go looking for. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, no. Only thing I was going to add to that is just exactly what you said, bro. Just a variety. That's all. If we can get back to that,
Mm,
that would just make it so much more better. Like you said, like all of us, you know, we every now and again we like to let our hair down. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind listening to some of that. You know, some of that
bounce and
ratchet
shake.
stuff every now and
Yeah,
again. You know,
yeah,
but like if that's all you're gonna give me, it's just oversaturated. And it's
yeah,
just I don't want to hear.
yeah,
I want to hear a variation of things.
yeah.
Like you
Like
said,
he
even like even the Ja Rule, the era where you know what I'm saying, he's making the rainy days
yeah. The
and you
thug
know them type
love
of
and all that.
songs.
All his
Yeah,
thug love songs.
yeah,
His Pac
like
trying to have that Pac influence. It was like, all right, that's cool. But give me some with some substance too.
yeah,
You know? He had a couple of joints in there like that, but you know, music is what it is, man. It's an expression, it's an art form, and I love those that express themselves and express themselves well, which is what drew me to you listening to your music. So, and speaking
appreciate
on
it.
that, and speaking on that, uh, do you have any music coming out or that you're working on currently?
Uh, yeah, yeah. So as I mentioned, September 30th, I just released a single called All In, featuring A3, Pool with Two Twos, and LA Vern.
Mm-hmm.
In a couple of weeks, we have the Union, the full album, Welcome to Narnia 2. That's coming out November 4th. Y'all can get that. I have a couple other singles that I'm working on right now. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna wait till once these two, or at least when that album drops, then I'm gonna start looking to releasing some singles. I was thinking about because I've been putting together an album. It's gonna be called Concrete Sermons. Um, but after some conversations with my producer, so the route I'm looking at least for the time being, I'm gonna start focusing on. I just want to try to release some content out, just release a few singles, try to get some visuals together. So just so people can kind of get an idea of who I am as an artist and the type of music I want to put out. So once I can get more people to gravitate to me, then I think that's when I want to try to hit them with a full album. But
Okay.
I definitely got some good features also. So I'm definitely excited for finishing up the end of this year strong and then
Okay.
hitting 2026,
For
hitting it.
sure.
And
For
then,
sure. Big plans for 2026? Or it's gonna be slow motion? How you feeling about
no,
it?
no, because I mean, honestly, bro, like I really got, I really probably could put two albums out roughly. But like I said, I'm gonna look at probably maybe a single every other month, something like that.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
thinking about doing something like that because I definitely have enough to do that.
Good. Good.
But like I said, I just want to start keep putting more music out, try to get more people to tap in with me,
Mm-hmm.
like people honorable people such as yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and do some networking, man. Continue to network.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, before we get off here, do you have a website or anything you would like to promote? Do your plugs, your shameless plugs, whatever you want to call them.
Um, no website unfortunately right now, but what
Okay.
I will say is on all platforms. It's all lowercase letters, Jet Deuce 404. If you want to find me and look me up, I'll follow back too. So holla at your boy, man.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
network.
Yes, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that said, my guest today is Jet Deuce. I appreciate him coming on here. And as always, remember the mission statement when you're striving for greatness. God never puts you in the driver's seat if it's taken. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this. We are done.